beers and other herbal brews have been around for hundreds of years, but Charles Elmer Hires popularized the product. Hires left his $1-a-week job as a druggist in Millville, New Jersey in 1860 and moved to Philadelphia, where he attended classes at the Philadelphia College of Pharmacy and Jefferson Medical School. He opened a drugstore at 6th and Spruce in 1869 with $400 in savings and a $3,000 loan. Charles Hires escaped debt by using his marketing guile. Walking by an excavation site, he noted workers unearthing a red, clay-like substance called Fuller's Earth, a cleaning agent. Fuller's Earth was messy and had always been sold loose in barrels. Hires had the site foreman dump the substance in his basement rather than disposing of it in a New Jersey dump. Hires made a financial killing by molding the material into cakes and selling it as Hires' special cleaner to drug houses. On Hires' honeymoon at a farmhouse in Morristown, New Jersey, his hostess served him a drink of 16 wild roots and berries. He enjoyed the taste, but was obviously upset by the brew's powerful purging effects. Hires returned to Philadelphia and worked on the drink for several years to lessen its laxative qualities. Hires wished to call his drink Root Tea, but his friend and supporter, Russell Conwell, founder of Temple University, suggested, "Charlie, you call it Root Beer." Conwell felt that by calling it a beer, Hires would gain the support of Pennsylvania coal miners who were having problems with the growing Women's Christian Temperance Union. The women finally backed down in 1898 when an independent lab proved that Hires root beer contained 1/2 the alcohol of homemade bread. Hires could not keep up with demand for his product at 5 cents a glass, and he began to sell packets of the herb mixture to make the brew at home. 5 gallons of root beer could be brewed for 25 cents. Hires root beer was a smash at the 1876 centennial. Hires enticed people with free glasses of root beer and sold thousands of the brew kits. Hires root beer sales exploded in 1893 with his invention of syrup extract, allowing for both bottled product and soda fountain distribution. In the 1890s, Hires became one of the first soda brands to use metallic crown tops, which did not become prominent until the early 1900s.
Let's all take a tasty break and have a lot of fun. Tasty cake is all the good things wrapped up in one.
Tastykake had its roots in the Pittsburgh bakery of August and Philippine Bauer in the 1870s. Bauer sold out, and his son Philip and partner Herbert Morris moved the company to Philadelphia in 1913. As a condition of sale, the Bauers were told to reopen at least 90 miles from Pittsburgh. Philip Bauer was the baking genius and Herbert Morris the super salesman. There were problems getting the cake icing right at first. Philadelphia's air was much more humid than Pittsburgh's. The firm moved to its Hunting Park Avenue home in 1922 after 9 years at 22nd and Sedgley. Bauer and Morris were appalled by the unsanitary baking practices of other merchants at the time. Customers ordered from sheet cake, and grocers frequently used the same tool to cut meat, cheese, butter, cake, and bread. Nails, wood, and bristles were found many times in the baked goods. A common saying among grocers was that they come and they go, but tasty stays. I've never had a complaint. The company adopted the slogan that tasty was the cake that made Mother stop baking. When eating a new cake, the tasty bakers held it by pinching it in the middle. Otherwise, the cakes fell apart because they were so fresh. Finally, one baker said, "Why don't we bake the cake so it's easier to hold? Let's take the baking pan and crimp it." And so, the Tastykake Butterscotch Crimpet was born.
Aha!
My favorite Tastykake memory. Friday nights always meant food shopping. The family destination in our 54 Ford was the food fair on Cotman Avenue. Tastykakes were always tops on the list. Arriving home before 9:30 p.m. was a must. It was rare that my sister Carol and I were allowed to eat in the living room. With Tastykake chocolate cupcakes and milk in hand, we sat motionless, amazed, and terrified by the latest episode of The Twilight Zone.